There he is, Spider-Man. It's Jamaican sorrel. It's looking beautiful. I'm very happy, and I can't wait till it starts to flower. It just now popped up and it's growing amazingly overnight. I was just talking to Mr. about how, and I talked to you guys before about cold crops and also seeds, and how Mother Nature will wait until she's ready to pop up. And you think you have a batch of dud seeds when really those seeds were waiting until it was their time to introduce themselves. So yeah, I planted those a while back, but it was much too early, and now they're doing their thing. Here's my microtom that I'm turning into a hanging plant by training it to cascade over the front. So you see it leaning. You see I have those branches. Can you see that I have this branch bent there and leaning towards the front, and she's flowering nicely. She wants to give me tomatoes. I put a moringa here. I'm going to have as many moringa trees as I can because I have such a short growing time for them. They only need a short growing time, but if I'm going to have a big enough harvest to hold us over through the winter, I have to grow more than a couple of trees. So I do that every year now. Here's my cucumber planter where as just mentioned, I thought my seeds were duds. And like these, I don't know what I had growing in these before I stuck the cucumbers in that soil, but whatever they were are now popping. They're now popping. I even got to the point where I accepted that soil was the issue. But guess what? If soil was the issue, all that wouldn't be popping off. All that would not be popping off. My dead-headed violas, I'm just gonna, unless I'm giving to them, I'm just gonna deadhead them and rinse them off and put them in put them in their container, because the whole point is to use these. And if they're gonna fall off like this anyway on the way out. This I have a pimento because I need new seeds, fresh seeds, after I had accepted that all my seeds were too old and duds. But the reality is I do need to get fresh seeds, so I'm doing that here. There's another, there's Nadia. Here's Pat. Here's Patty. Typically, it gives me a harvest, but then when I think it's done, it starts flowering again for another harvest. So, but I have another one growing right behind it just in case. Tamia, I don't know what her deal is. Since we've assessed it's not the seeds, it's not the soil, and in addition to all of that, I tried growing one indoors. Now, for background's sake, I have successfully grown tomato indoors. So, and I said that so that you'll know that I have one indoors as well as these out here, these two. And I have all the flowers, none of the fruit. All the flowers, none of the fruit. All the flowers, none of the fruit. So I don't know what Tiny Tim tomato looks and or tastes like. And at this rate, I never will. So I'm hoping to get at least a couple of fruit from this so that I can get seeds. But I'm definitely taking the one indoors down because I'm getting nothing. Oh, let me show you this. Since my back is getting burnt a little, why don't I go ahead and stand under the umbrella and show you Viola, the table Viola. She's doing well. I threw this little stem in here. That's a peppermint stem. So that thing is not gonna die unless I kill it. So I'm just letting it sit in there for a second. Maybe I'll grow it inside, but I think I want to get a bigger bloom to start inside, because I want to keep the thickness of those stems when I do grow one. But yeah, so this is Viola. She's very happy. She just got fed a little bit. I don't generally feed her, so she was happy to get a little taste of what the other plants were getting the other day. And she's saying thank you. This is Buddy. Buddy is struggling. I'm letting this, I think this is a seed from a tree, but I'm letting it do what it do because, yeah, I don't know what to do with Buddy. I don't know. I might just dig him all the way up as a root and start over. In my salad bed, I have green onions back here, 2 collards in this back corner, and I'm going to put these greens. I'm going to replace these radinas with these 2. They look like they're going to have big voluptuous leaves. And oh shit. Okay, I was gonna say, I was saying, and it looks like, I hope it's not attracting white flies. See that leaf? But it's not. Sometimes you have a boogeyman trying to bore his way through. Looks like that might be the case here. So I'm going to remove this leaf. Here is Cher. This is the one that I topped off down to a foot. And what I think I'm actually going to do too is, I think I might cut this again before it starts flowering. Here's Cher. She just got a haircut. There's Nadia. She got a haircut last week. So, there's Micah doing the ever loving most in this vendetta planter. I did get this sorrel to germinate, so I'm extremely happy about that as well. Here's this bed. I have Patty on either end. I have Viola in these corners. Here and here. I have onions that you can't see popping up yet, but they're going to be really pretty in their placement as well. So, Viola, they're going to be either lettuce and or herbs there across the middle. And in the back, and I have 2 moringa trees. Next year I'm going to have 4 moringa trees. If you look from the back, you can see, or can you see? Not really. I have moringa here, and I have moringa here, and then I have 4 Nadia, and then I have 3 okra, which you won't be able to see until it surpasses the green beans. I'm proud of how this came out. It's really pretty. And I like how the beans fill up the middle with greenery. That is a huge monarch. I mean, I am so super happy about that. Look at that. So happy about that. I don't know how fast beans grow from flowering position, but I'm gonna learn. I'm about to learn. And here's Patty. She got a little fruit on her. Since I've amended the soil, the birds haven't been back quite as much, so I'm also happy about that. This was my first snow pea stalk to pop, and it's not doing a job I'm proud of climbing, So, but we're gonna see what happens. Right here, I was gonna plant another one, then I saw that it came up. These are coming up now. I have one here and one here. They're coming up overnight. Haven't had my callaloo pop up. My man Dan is harvesting like a mug though. This is Indy. And is she doing nice? Oh, she's thick. Her fruit's so thick. Look at that. Look like a plum. I tell you, I can't wait for them to finish turning black. They're taking their damn time though, but I cannot wait. These fruits are smaller, and I'm gonna see if they're sweeter than Indy. Actually, Indy may not be all that bland. She might have been bland the first time we tasted it because she was grown and fruited indoors. These outdoor conditions might do some different things, because I'm telling you, she is thick, ain't she? Which could also be because it's a cutting, but if that's the case, I'm gonna grow one and take all the cuttings, right? Or maybe top it off. Maybe I'll top it off. Maybe topping it off. Or topping it off would probably give the same result. So I'll probably definitely top it off, and I'll be able to see if that is the case for share, right? Because I did top off the one on the deck, so she is getting a lot more. So they are pretty small. So I'm going to be able to see if topping them off will encourage larger fruit.